I'm going to be covering Google Apigee for API management with Polyglot API runtime in AWS. My name is Shamshed Ahmed. Our vision is to build an API ecosystem to increase data sharing, reduce integration cost, time, and effort by simplifying the data exchange rather than having to do this elaborate point-to-point integration every time and you don't know where the data is. Those are really big problem points for our organization right now. The status quo is very horrible. As you can see, we've got a cobweb of integration and point-to-point integration that goes everywhere, and you are redoing all the work and having to maintain all of this, and it's not sustainable. There is obviously a challenge to this status quo. It's not going to be sustainable for long term as we are going more SaaS and we are going more cloud. There's obviously an opportunity out there to create an API-first culture and have it all live in one place. Our solution is to move from a point-to-point integration to an API hub where there is an API registry for everyone to consume, and everyone is able to write APIs and consume APIs easily. Now, one might ask, why APIs? Well, the cat's out of the bag for that. We already know it's proven record, the customer satisfaction that's going to come with people that are able to use those APIs readily. Right now, people have to go through hoops to get access to data. They can be they could be made secure, they could be made very easy to integrate with, and because there would be a consistent way of data sharing, it would be easier on the developers to consume them. As we are going more cloud and as we're going more IoT, it becomes more easier and easier to interact with those APIs rather than having bulky integrations. The alternatives, they served well during their heydays, like DB links and FTPs and network accesses, but what this creates are holes in your security systems that usually does not get looked after, and they get neglected, and then you have this land of unseen, and you don't carry over who's having access to what. Our solution is going to be very simple, where we want the API producers to have a very easy way to produce APIs with their strength points, and API consumers to consume APIs with a consistent way in a portal. So what we say is you build the API and leave the management, which is the difficult part of the API, to Apigee, which gets taken care of. Why Apigee? Well, it is an industry leader out there. This is a high-level view of our diagram or of our current model that we are thinking. We're going to have on the left side, you say the consumers that are going to be coming in to the API portal, where you're going to have a list of all the APIs that are going to be available. You're going to build API proxies, which are basically the security and everything all in Apigee, going to your backend, which is API runtime. That's going to some sort of database and so on and so forth. So all of them come all together in one place. Usual challenge has been that the developers don't want to adopt an API program because they have to learn something new. Our solution to that is we will play to your strength. We'll give you access, and you write APIs in the language that you are familiar with, whether it's Python, Django, Java, Node.js, whatever you're familiar with. And the way we'll do that is by going to ECS and having containerized API systems served by Apigee as the front end. How we're going to secure it? Well, Apigee comes with static IPs, but there are also policies within Apigee that lets you secure APIs via IP addresses. But we're gonna front it by a public ALB that's only going to allow traffic from Apigee. We're going to break the solution down into two chapters. The chapter 1 is going to cover the basics of Apigee. Chapter 2 is going to cover basics of building an ECS cluster and deploying an API on it and tying it all together. Thank you.